Hey guys, how's it going? Season here and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about a Crusader PVP build that's very all around. It helped me progress through legend ranking in the last season. So hoping that this will give you guys an idea on how to play the role. And without further ado, let's jump into it. Okay, game. So the basic premise of the build is, of course, you have four skill sets here. I'm gonna open that one. The first skill that we're gonna be using is sweep attack. And originally, this is an AOE effect type of skill. Pero kung lalagyan mo ng legendary to, it will change to a pull mechanism. So enemies hit by sweep attack are now pulled toward you and take 4 something damage. Charging longer increases radius and its damage as well. Another legendary here is when an enemy is blinded, immobilized, or stunned, your sweep attack deals 15% more damage. So CC is the first primary purpose. So you need to charge it up para lumaki yung radius na. It's a cone. And you can move while you're walking, and most of the time magugulat yung kalaban mo here kasi hindi nila siguro napapansin na iniikot-ikot mo yung chain. So by the time that you release it, medyo malayo-layo din siya. Pansin mo umabot siya dun sa itong player na to na 4-play 10 commandments. Shout out sa iyo to, Lodi. So that's your first skill. So combohin mo muna yun, no? So charge up your sweep attack, and then release it so that you can pull the enemy. And then when you pull the enemy, sundutin mo ng isang normal attack, and then saka ka mag-proc ng condemn. What condemn will do is it will again pull enemies towards you. So that's your second CC, kasi yung unang CC mo is yung sweep attack. Hihilahin mo siya. Pag malapit siya sa sayo, isang sundot ng normal, and then you cast condemn, which will continually pull monsters to its center. So that's your second CC. By this time, your enemy would probably think of 2 things to do. It's either flight or fight, right? So if they decide to engage you and fight, pop your skill already so that you will be your fourth skill so that you'll be immune to damage. And this fourth skill is called Conjuration of Light. And you will see that it protects you and your nearby allies with damage immunity for 3 seconds. So normal yon kasi syempre group PVP to, diba? So almost bihira yung magkaharap na kayo tapos magsasayaw lang kayo siya, mababakbakan niya. So you will anticipate that, and that's when your Conjuration of Light will become useful. You still get CC'd at this time, pero you will not take damage, and the purpose of that is syempre number 1, survivability, but second, you want them to use their skills on you so that by the time na tapos na yung Conjuration of Light mo, cooldown na yung kanilang skill. So wala na silang pwedeng gamitin kundi ibang skill or normal attack, and that's the time we're in. Your third combo comes to play, which is yung draw and quarter, right? And when you do your draw and quarter, ito yung parang magiging finishing skill mo. So again, that's assuming situation is fight scenario, yung enemy na hinila mo at saka yung kinondemn mo decides to fight with you, then you pop your Conjuration of Light, and then after you soak up the damage, you use your draw and quarter to run the enemy down and finish him off, right? The second scenario there would be, what if tumakbo lang siya? So that's pretty straightforward. So you do your sweep attack, and then 1 normal, and then condemn, and then pag tumakbo siya, ihabulin mo na, right? So the end result is gonna be the same. Your finishing skill would be draw and quarter. Now, originally, hindi ito yung build na ginagamit ko when I was climbing, from bronze, etc. on upwards. Primarily DPS style, kill style yung build ko noon, which revolved around utilizing draw and quarter, and flank style. Pupuntahan mo sa likod yung mga demon hunters, etc. The problem there is that itong draw and quarter mo kasi, while it's very powerful and you have the highest move speed, pag nasisi ka, natanggal ka sa kabayo mo, GG ka, sir. Wala ka nang ibang pwedeng gawin, unless, well, you just really have to wait for your CD, for your draw and quarter to be available again. So, napuputol yung combo, no? So, you can probably use that to maneuver. Pero, again, as the difficulty level rises up, pag umabot ka na ng gold ranking pataas, medyo mahirap nang dumiskarte using draw and quarter as a charge mechanism. Kasi almost matic yan pag napalapit ka sa kanila. Mataas na yung skill level ng mga kalaban mo. So, matic CC agad yung bibigay mo. So, that's why I decided to switch to this build. So, instead of me starting up with the draw and quarter, what I do is, I prioritize on team gameplay. And pag nagbabakbakan na yan, then, you start with your sweep attack, normalan, and then condemn, and then pop your conjuration of light, babakbakan yan. And while that's happening, syempre normalin mo. And then pagka na-cast na yung skill mo, saka ka draw and quarter. Yeah. So that's the basic gist of the combo. Daanan natin yung mga equipment that we're using here. So starting with the headpiece, Glower of Recluse. Nakita natin ito kanina sa description. When your enemy is blinded and immobilized or stunned, your sweep attack deals 15% more damage. Very self-explanatory, pero you're not the only one kasi that's providing CC. Most of the time your teammates are. So malaking tulong to in terms of boosting your damage. In terms of the gem, I'm using a 2-star Chip of Stone Flesh. And what it does is each time you cause an enemy total loss of control, you will also apply an explosive curse. When the curse expires, enemy will receive damage equal to 45% of all damage taken. So pretty good combo for CC builds. Second would be Iron Suzerain, and what this does would be it changes your condemn skill to continuously drag enemies towards you. One of my favorite skills altogether. Gem, I'm using Power in Command, and Power in Command, what it does is it alternates the buff between primary attack damage and skill damage by 13.5%. So alternate yon. And the good thing about it, which I like again, is every time the alternation takes place, you have a chance to dispel harmful effect from yourself. So parang meron kong libreng clearance. Shoulder piece, I'm using Civkid's Advantage, and it's primarily just to improve the duration of my draw and quarter. Kasi this is our bread and butter mobility skill. We use it for attack purposes. We also use it for takas purposes. So, kailangan talaga lagi siyang up almost every time you need it. For this one, I'm using Fervent Fang. I didn't have a lot of options here, pero I chose Fervent Fang because number one, daming available nito sa game. I'm not sure why. So, I'm kind of assuming that the devs are saying this is a good staple gem kasi nga marami siyang pwedeng pagkunan. And if you take a look at the description, each time you deal damage to an enemy takes 1.5 increased attack up to maximum of 10.5 at 10 stacks. So contextually it sounds really good, but I haven't really felt or seen the full potential of this. Siguro dahil 2-star pa lang siya. Pants, I'm using Cavalier's Court, where one of my favorites if you're using draw and quarter for PvP, mainly because it makes your horse parang battering ram. Kasi usually pag wala ka nitong Cavalier's Court, where dadaanan mo lang yung kalaban using your horse, and then pag nalagpasan mo siya, gagamitin niya yung chain so that you can drag the enemy. But instead of doing that, this particular legendary item makes it na bubungguin niya yung kalaban. So that's another CC. Kasi kanina yung primary CC natin coming from sweep attack, second CC is coming from condemn, and then your third CC, which is your also finisher, would be coming from the horse. So medyo CC combo talaga siya, and at high stakes, high end gaming in PvP, CC is king. Crowd control talaga ang susi dyan, so that you'll be able to win. Okay. Next off with the weapon, Closing Jaws. And again, this is the ability to make your sweep attack pull enemy as it strikes you. The gem that I'm using here is Blessing of the Worthy. Medyo chinamba tayo dito. When you take damage, you have 20% chance to unleash Retribution to nearby enemies, dealing damage equal to 14% of your maximum life. My opinion, definitely a must-have for melee classes. By the way, nakalimutan ko pala. Itong sa pants, I'm using a Berserker Eye na level 10 na. And then, anong tawag dito? Ito yung gawa niya. No? It increases all damage you deal by 16%, increases critical chance by 2%, pero double-edged sword increase damage you take by 5%. I would say overall, this is probably the best 1-star gem that you can improve on. Mainly because, tinan mo yung trade-off, sabihin na natin you take 5% additional, pero laki nung ano niya, diba, nung kapalit niya, 16% damage. Then you have a 2% critical chance. Dito sa game na to, medyo scarce ang critical hit chance kung saan mo pwedeng kunin. And that's one of the reasons why yung Holy Banner na buff ng Crusader is very critical. How ironic. Is very useful and sought after by party mates kasi nga konti lang yung pwedeng pagkunan ng critical hit chance. Okay, on with the build. Lastly is your shield, Grimcrack Buckler. It basically enhances your punish skill, which is yung normal attack mo. Your blocks will trigger an explosion, dealing 1.2 damage to all nearby enemies. So medyo combo siya doon sa yung Blessing of the Worthy. Kasi nga when you take damage, chance to unleash Retribution. Same goes with Grimcrack Buckler. So the build is, you know, kind of designed to take on as much damage as you can. But, you know, if you use your Retribution, yung immune to damage, it makes you a little bit tankier. Again, because this game does not have a job wherein it, you know, directly heals a character, you need to figure out a way. If you want to perform a tank class, you need to find a way in order to compensate for that loss of mechanic. So, you know, block is one thing, immune to damage is one thing, and syempre positioning. Number one rule of thumb for tanks or frontline people is you need to stay alive. So, kung mararamdaman mo naman yan, kung madededs ka na, mag-start ka ng mag-back down, right? No use to sacrifice, you know, your life for the game. Kasi nga, if you lose maybe 10 seconds out of the game, sayang lang yun, hindi mo matutulungan yung team mo. Lastly, what I like about this build is that it's not kill-centric, but it's rather more team play based. Because again, your combo includes utilizing yung Conjuration of Light, right? So again, the combo is you sweep, you pull, normal attack, and then you condemn, pull again, normal attack, and then you pop your Conjuration of Light. And again, this is applicable for you and your party mates, right? So you're in the front, and then let's assume itong si kuya na naka-hood is one of your party members. Habang nagbabakbakan kayo dito, free hit siya, right? So that makes your party play a lot smoother. So there. So that goes without saying na ang priority in terms of your Battlegrounds PVP playstyle. While you do have different builds that you want to use, please do not forget that the objectives of the Battlegrounds are number one as far as your priority is concerned. It's not the kills, it's not the habulin natin si Kuya Kangkarot doon sa kabilang ibayo. No, please stick with your objectives. Pag sinabing destroy the heart, destroy the heart. Pag sinabing, you know, defend the idol, etc., then you defend the idol. Huwag na magpaikot-ikot pa, right? Again, it's a team play, team-based PvP setup. Hindi siya one-on-one. Okay, please do remember that. Okay, so I think we have a couple of PvP clips later on. So daanan natin siya so that you guys will be able to see how does this build play into actual game style. so there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed the build showcase that we've showed you today. Very versatile game in terms of variety of builds. I think so far with the 3 classes that I played, almost lahat sila pwede ka mag-mix and match of the different playstyles. And I think this is one of my favorite concepts of Diablo Immortal. So in this particular video, if you have some reactions or if you have some comments, please put it in the comment box below. And if you like what you've seen and you find it useful, please like and subscribe the channel and hit the bell notification button so that you can get some notifs whenever a new video comes out. Until then, maraming salamat for spending time with me, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!